Hey Lavishers, it's Mona in the Fatigable Heights, and we are unboxing my latest from Amazon. And what we're unboxing today is this book from Amazon that I have received. I've already opened the packet. It's Mona in the Fatigable Heights. It's coffee, tea, or laverish. Don't forget, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, to hit like, share, and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm. In addition to that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so you're notified when I go live or an upload and video. The book that I'm unboxing today is called The Spirit of Intimacy: Ancient African Teachings in the Way of Relationships by Somofu Somi. All right. And this book was recommended to me by someone who actually practices like spiritualism and um, African ways of life and so on, as a way of getting yourself together in preparation for having like right intimate relationships, right? The book, you can find it on Amazon. I ordered it. It came in 2 days. In addition to that, it talks about a lot of powerful reminders that relationships are not just about love and connection. They're like sacred practices that require community, ritual, and spiritual awareness. In addition to that, I highly recommend this book as well for anyone who wants to like prepare themselves for having a good relationship, getting rid of toxic attitudes, mindsets, and also how to see and understand and remove toxic relationships from your life in all ways, not just like with intimacy, but also with like platonic relationships as well. How intimate do you let people get to you, right? Um, the book um, does talk about a lot of things to do with like romance and relationship in the different aspects, like how it maybe used to be in most African villages and so on and so forth. But it is a way to kind of like reconnect with self, with mind, about what is important to you and how do you receive it and how do you repel that which is not in alignment with what it is that you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this book, and I'll post a further review once I've completed it. You all know I'm reading like 3 books right now, so as usual, I'm always seeming to be doing like 3 things at once. I'm working, going to school, blogging. I am reading 3 books. I am doing 10 things at a time. But I do recommend this book for anyone that would like to go ahead and explore what it means to really be intimate in the right way. In addition to that, if like you have a partner or you don't have a partner, if you're preparing your life for having a partner, things like that, because we've fallen away from the old ways, right? And it seems like for a lot of people, relationships are no longer important. I noticed that I've met like quite a few people, and I know that I do have like healing abilities when it comes to being like a listening ear, and for people to vent and for people to share and for people to kind of like tell me what's going on in their lives, or even to absorb certain things. And for me, it's kind of like hard to kind of like navigate relationships when it comes to that. Nowadays, a lot of people aren't looking for relationships, and those of that, and I've come across a lot of men, like friends, all different types of men, and I seem like a lot of them seem to be like broken and searching for themselves and feeling like they've been hurt and feeling like they don't want to be in a relationship no more, or they're not looking for a commitment, or they're not looking for a relationship, and they're not looking for this and they're not looking for that, but they still want to be intimate, right? So how do you navigate that? This book actually helps with that. In addition to that, like I've noticed a lot of people, like men, and it's like they've done things, right, and they've hurt women, and they're like believe in like having multiple women and being with multiple people at a time and so on and so forth. But then they have like their bona fide or their like day one or their wife or whatever it is. And in the society that I find myself in nowadays, like that person didn't live up to their expectations in some way, or something went wrong in the relationship, and they're saying that they're afraid to be in a relationship. They're saying that they're afraid to be with someone else and so on. But why is it that men, it's mostly black men because I don't really date outside of my race or have much dealings with people outside of my race, but why is it that most men spend a lot of time like moving through females, and then they feel like the one female that they put maybe some trust in or expectations in or whatever it is, and that person doesn't live up to the expectations, now it's like they expect women to kind of like just understand that they don't want to be with anybody and they don't want to get hurt, and all these other things. I don't know, I've seen it, I have come across it, I've heard it from my friends. And so for me, um on my spiritual journey, I'm just like, okay, there has to be a way to prepare yourself for the spirit of intimacy, for the right person to come along. And so I was recommended this book, and I received this book, and I found it on Amazon. If you're interested, you can go ahead and read the book as well. Read with me. Drop down in the comments. Tell me if you read it before. What do you think about the things that I'm talking about? What do you think about relationships nowadays? Like, people are still getting married. People are falling in love. Like, all these things are happening. For me, I'm like a little bit older now. So it's like, do I settle, or do I still open up myself to possibilities of, intimacy and so on and so forth? So there are some questions. So I'm thinking about doing like a talk on it or something, once I kind of like get all my ducks in a row to understand myself the way that I want to, and to um, be able to speak on it. Um, how to not get upset, how to not get mad, how to not have expectations, how to not, fall into, what other people thinking and saying and doing, like for me. And so I'm going to read this book. We'll talk about it. We'll do the review and we'll get into it. It's been Mona in the Fatigable Heights with Coffee to Your Library. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think. You know, what is your experience? What questions do you have like that are similar to mine, and things like that. Thank you for listening. As always, good night.